Welcome back to Tipton Bros. Today, we'll be showcasing an item from my personal collection. One that is of great historical value. A named Japanese next of kin bereavement badge with its original record of issue. For those of you that are unaware, these awards were delivered to the families of Japanese soldiers killed in action during the Second World War. I'll be taking from the translation given to me by the previous owner, and if any native Japanese speakers would be willing to verify this interpretation of the record, it would be much appreciated. Now, let's get into it. This next of kin bereavement ribbon was issued on September 1st, 1942. Going from left to right, the first page reads as follows. The person named to the right will receive the bereaved family badge. Date of issue, September 1st, 1942, by way of the Repatriation Ministry. Deceased Army Private, First Class, Shiga Hatsuo, delivered and awarded to Sugu Chosuke, the actual recipient of the badge, in this case, the soldier's father. Again, dated September 1st, approved by the Ministry of the Army. The record of issue continues by stating the order in which the badge should be received, starting with widow, children, father, mother, grandfather, grandmother, etc. So, in this situation, the deceased soldier, Shiga Hatsuo, had no widow or children, so the badge was awarded to his father, hence the name next of kin. The other page to the left is almost always blank, from what I could find. If anybody has a valid explanation for this, please let me know. There are 4 columns after the title, with the entirety of the page reading as follows. Title, War Bereaved Badge. Record of Departed. Column 1. Date of Death. Blank. Column 2. Name, rank of the departed. Blank. Although we know this information. Column 3. Stamp of the village. Stamp of the city, town, village, headmaster. Blank. And finally, column 4. Cause of death. Blank. This information is vital, and it is unfortunate we may never know the fate of this fallen soldier. But given the date of issue, September 1st, 1942, one could speculate that young Shiga Hatsuo was killed in action in the opening stages of the Pacific Theater, more specifically, Guadalcanal. On August 7th, 1942, U.S. Marines made landfall on the Solomon Islands of Guadalcanal, Tulagi, Florida, and others, meeting fierce Japanese resistance. It may be wishful thinking, but the timeline seems to make sense, being just a month prior of the news delivered to his family that he had been killed in action. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Drafted in 1939, the KAA badge, or bereavement badge, itself aesthetically is quite appealing, but simple. The obverse has a cherry blossom with a pebbled background, on a plain blossom outline. The reverse is bare, merely inscribed, War Bereaved Badge. The Killed in Action badge was awarded by the government-sponsored Izoku Kai. This group was under the auspices of the Ministry of Welfare. In addition to the badge, the war bereaved family received a pension, the value of which depended on the soldier's rank, a one-time payment, a government award payment, funeral expenses covered, a free or sometimes discounted railway pass, and help with the tuition for school-age children. Although this did not return their loved one, this seems like a very generous offering. All Japanese sailors and soldiers who perished were immortalized at the Yasukuni Shrine near Tokyo and regarded as a god. These ceremonies were of the utmost importance and treated with overwhelming reverence. I hope you've enjoyed today's video on the Japanese next of kin bereavement badge. I'm glad I was able to bring the name of a long-forgotten soldier, Shiga Hatsuo, back into the public eye, even if only for a moment. I took a large portion of my information from the previous owner, so if you have any further details regarding the soldier or his family, feel free to share. Until next time on Tipton Bros.